Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you have a great and wonderful day. Sorry I did not post anything at all yesterday. I just did not do anything yesterday. So, we're going to continue to normal as today. What we'll be doing for tomorrow is that I will be streaming the transgender thing for tomorrow. And it will most likely begin around 12 to 1. This is assuming nothing crazy ends up happening in the time span of today and tomorrow, but it will be streamed and it will be on Rumble, so don't worry about that. I'll try to get everything set up tonight and have that set up. So it'll be 12 to 1 p.m. PST. Sorry for EST people, but that'll be technically around the time that I will be streaming it, and I'll stream that, and then maybe Friday, and I mean maybe, I'll do another stream that will consist of some of my other opinions, but that's down the way. It's definitely going to happen this month. I just don't know exactly if it will happen exactly this week. But without further ado, we have climate activists and people wanting to get your electric vehicles. Yeah, it's not going too great for them. We have this. Chicago area Tesla charging stations lined with dead cars and freezing cold. A bunch of dead robots out here. Desperate Tesla owners in and around Chicago were seen trying to charge their vehicles with no luck amid rigid temperatures that have gripped the Midwest. Charging stations have essentially turned into car graveyards in recent days as temperatures have dropped to the negative double digits, Fox Chicago reported. And they are not lying about this. I have had quite a few friends are in the Midwest that not doing too great. They're in the negative 18s, negative 20s. Some of them are even negative 40s, and these electric cars are not going to survive. No juice, still on 0%. Tyler Bird, who had been trying to recharge his Tesla at an Oak Brook, Illinois Tesla supercharging station since Sunday afternoon, told the news outlet, and this is the 3 hours being out here after being out here 3 hours yesterday. Beard and several other Tesla owners were trying to charge their cars amid long lines and abandoning cars at the Tesla charging stations in the Chicago area, the news station reported. This is crazy. It's a disaster. Seriously, said the Tesla owner, Jealous Mazel. Mazel said she abandoned her car and got a ride from a friend after hers would not charge. We got a bunch of dead robots out here, one man said. Kevin Selmarak told the Fox station that he landed Sunday night at Chicago O'Hare International Airport and found his Tesla dead and unable to start. He was forced to hire a flatbed tow truck to haul the vehicle to a working charging station. One expert told the news outlet that cold weather can impact the ability of electric vehicles to charge properly. It's not a plug and go. You have to prediction the battery, meaning that you have to get the battery up to optimal temperature to set a fast charge, said Mark Association. Fox News. Yeah. Well, this is the biggest problem that we have, right? And everybody's talking about, oh, it's getting too hot, it's too this, or whatever. Well, here's the thing. When you have electric vehicles, they're kind of outdated, useless, because electric vehicles are not going to do very well in the winter. And that means in certain days of the year, or what have you, your vehicle just won't be useful. Another thing as well, since these cars do not travel very long distances for the most part, unless you're spending 60 almost to maybe closer to 90 grand on one of these Teslas that can actually go longer distances, you're not really getting anywhere. You're gonna stay there. And then when you need to travel to out of state that you know is normally more warmer or better for you, you end up getting to the point where, you may have to go to a place that is very cold, and then you're stranded with no vehicle, or you can't get anywhere because your Tesla just freezes over because of the battery. This is one of the many reasons why going all the way battery is just not an intelligent move. And guys, I am not against people having electric vehicles, but as we're seeing time and time again, electric vehicles are just not the way. They're not the way to do things because they're suboptimal. You're always going to rely on your fossil fuel vehicle to pretty much get to A to point B. And yes, don't get me wrong, in some scenarios where you're going to have a fuel vehicle, the engine just won't start because it's just so bloody cold, right? So you're gonna have to worry. So you have to worry about that. But in most cases, if you're aware and you are prepared, you could usually just start your engine a little bit a little bit earlier before you go out, anyways, and then it will normally, in most cases, be fine. This is also another thing too, where you're out in the snow and you're out in the snow, you can't really use your, well, I would say your electric vehicle because it will freeze. It will drain the battery. This is kind of normal. And then when you are talking about the non-electric vehicle, but the gas fossil fuel vehicle, which everybody hates, apparently, you won't have to worry about that because it will keep you warm. It's also another way to keep you alive if you're stranded because, your vehicle can keep the heater on and not have you be, well, obviously freeze to death. So there's a whole bunch of other ways that fossil fuel is just significantly better for electric vehicles. This is kind of a reality. We also people are not going to talk about the actual ability to go full on nuclear, so that way we can get the best, cleanest energy possible. So both the left and the right doesn't want this to happen. You're stuck with being a person that is with a terrible choice of matter with these vehicles, right? The right doesn't really want to embrace nuclear energy, and neither does the left, even though the nuclear energy is the best way to go. Which could also lead to other technologies that could lead us to better vehicles that could rely maybe on nuclear energy or what have you. Don't know if that's not possible. I'm not a professional, but I do know that this is something that that would probably be the best course of action, besides having these electric vehicles that are just bloody terrible. So, these climate activists want you to be stranded and not be able to go anywhere in these very cold climates, and I'm telling you, it's just not a great way to go. And if you make everything electric, the whole fucking system breaks down, right? So, that's what we have here. Alright guys, that's it for the video. Like, subscribe, share. As always, take care.
I'm disgusted by what I see in public. Even people closest to us can't be trusted, 'cause it's algorithmic disease, the social media.